Hi, Farley, and on behalf of expertvillage.com, I am here trying to unravel the mystery of wine. One thing I think that we get really nervous about is being invited to a dinner party with people we don't know very well, whether it be the boss or business partners or perhaps your significant other's parents, and you want to bring a bottle of wine, but you don't know what to bring. Well, because you might not know what's being served for dinner, and as I've said before, food and wine pairing can be very important for the meal, you might want to take another route. Stay with wine, but go in a different direction. One of my favorite wines to drink happens to be after dinner, and that would be port. So what you can do is go to the liquor store, go to your wine shop, and go to that section. Port typically comes from Portugal, but there are also very nice versions made in California. There are several different types of port. You have tawny port, ruby port, vintage port, which tends to be quite pricey and might be out of your price range, so you can go with any of those, or even a late bottled vintage port, which kind of takes vintage port to a more affordable level. If you aren't sure what to get, because there are several different kinds, I myself tend to like tawny or vintage, just go up to whoever's working in the shop and ask them, say I'm going to a dinner and I want to bring something nice and I was thinking about a port. If you don't like port, because there are some people out there that don't, you can also do a dessert wine, because that's something that can stand alone. It can go with dessert, but it could also be drunk by itself. In that case, I would recommend late harvest white wines such as Semillon or Gewürztraminer or even Viognier. If it says late harvest on the label, that means typically that it was picked later in the year, which gave the grapes a chance to get riper, which means there's more sugar, and that sugar is not converted to alcohol as it often is with regular wines, so that it has a sweetness and also an intensity that's very enjoyable to drink just a small glass of. And if you don't get to the wine when you're at the dinner, then you leave it there and it's a nice host or hostess gift. But that's one way to impress your friends and family with your wine knowledge, is by bringing a port or dessert wine instead of just a bottle of Chardonnay or Cabernet.